And I'm Venus Crystal.
And I'm Logan Indaway.
Welcome to the Truly Imagination Podcast.
Yay! Woo! Woo! Yay!
Alright, now, this is the first episode of a brand new podcast on the channel that will be, I don't want to say replacing the Business Partners Podcast, but it's replacing the Business Partners Podcast.
I said it wasn't gonna replace it.
Well, what I mean is, just while Dylan's away, I didn't think it would be appropriate to call it the Business Partners Podcast anymore.
That's fair. It doesn't have the business partners.
Exactly. Any hoozles? Hooray!
Yippee!
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 So, one wonderful thing I wanted to talk about was, just where we're at in our lives, the careers we're having and
Ooh.
the, cool projects we're working on, if we can talk about them.
Well, forgive me for putting words into people's mouths, but I think if anyone deserves to go first here, it would definitely be Fiona. You've been up to so much. Why don't you start us off, Fiona?
Oh yes, ever since graduating college, it's been very interesting. Especially on the acting front. With Smythe, I've been doing a lot of background film work. Surprisingly, I for anyone who doesn't know, on my Instagram, I recently posted a couple of photos of shots of me from a film called Paging Mr. Darcy that recently came out on the Hallmark Channel. And that was very surprising to me. I was surprised how much I showed up in that film, because I was only there for 3 days. It was very, very crazy that, for most of that film, I just got lucky and I just showed up on the day they were filming majority of the interior shots.
That's cool.
So, it is very cool because I was there for 1 day when they were filming in the Chateau Laurier. And then I was there for 2 days when they were doing the final shots, which,
Wow.
oh boy, was an experience. I was there till 4 in the morning.
It feels
my
like
word.
a majority of that movie was filmed in a week.
Well, yeah. No, it was. It was 2 weeks of filming. It was, and it's crazy that it's out now, but Hallmark pumps everything out really fast.
Yeah, not
The
much
coolest thing
editing.
Yeah, the coolest. Well, actually, it's a pretty decent film for what it's worth. I got Sheena and Salem to like it.
Oh, you're
But-
in it, that's
Unironically?
why.
Yeah, well, no, they actually liked the characters, the character actors, the cast, as you're supposed to call them.
Mm-hmm.
They were actually, the guy who plays Mr. Darcy in it was very good. He was a very good actor, and he's a very nice man. I was trying to carry my bag down some steps once, and he asked me if I needed help, but I didn't see who it was. And he does an accent in the film, so when he talks normally, I didn't understand. And I look behind, I'm like, no, I'm okay. And then I look behind after I get down the steps, and it's the guy who plays the main love interest. I'm like, oh, hi!
Oh, wow.
What a gentleman.
Yeah.
I was
That
just
one-
gonna say, that man's a gentleman.
He was very sweet. I also think it was really cool that my face opens a shot, because that photo on my Instagram of me accepting the hat,
Yes.
that was used to open one of the shots, which I think is just really cool, because it's
Killer.
yeah, my face is in 4K, sucker. Yeah. So there's that one, and then the other film that I'm really excited about to come out, because I'm gonna be in a lot of that film. And funny enough, me and my other acting friend, we call it our supporting role, because we were there for 4 out of the 16 days of filming. So there's a lot of us in that film.
1/4, nice.
Uh-huh. And so it's called Hunted. I don't know if it's out yet, but well, it's not out yet. But it's very exciting. I don't know if I can talk too much about it, but
Well, you
That
signed
one was
you
really
signed
fun.
an NDA, right?
I don't know. I'm not gonna say too much because I probably shouldn't, but I was in a lot of it, and it's really cool. So look out for that one.
Look out for Hunted coming
Good.
out whenever.
Whenever. Anyway, on to the next. Who's next talking about their endeavors?
I think Logan should go next because he's also the next busiest person on this list.
Oh, stop it, you. All right, where to begin? Um, I guess first and foremost, I've been a part of a radio play put on by the Ninth Hour Theater Company called Beauty
Ooh.
Will Save the World. It's basically a story about don't let the fascists win, and wouldn't you happen to know, I play one of the fascists.
Oh, well, I'm so surprised by
Yeah,
that.
what a surprise there.
No, I'm having
Is
a lot
is
of
that is that where your research has been coming from, with the whole movements for that specific speech?
Uh, research for. Oh, yeah, yeah, sure, yeah. Of course, of course. Anyways, it's been a lot of fun. I play the character of the officer, and I'm also a singer in it. The officer. I don't want to reveal too much because again, I want everybody to go out and see it. But he puts on a very deliberate, very authoritative voice. When he's talking normally, he's just talking like I am now. But when he's the officer, he sounds a lot like Sam the Eagle in the sense of God bless America! This is not what the founding fathers intended! That sort of thing.
Ah.
Outside of that, too, I have been casted for the role of Nine Inch Nails in the Fringe Festival show Bisexual, but bi spelled B-U-I as in to purchase, so
Oh,
look out for that.
is this I've heard that play on words before. Is this a more familiar script or is it like
What do you mean?
well, cuz I've heard the term bisexual before.
It might be from that. This is the first time I'm hearing about the term bisexual. It could be, from that play on words. At any rate, bisexual is its name, and I encourage everyone, not just simply to see bisexual, but anybody in the Ottawa area who holds very firmly to the conviction that, oh, Ottawa is so dreadfully boring. First of all, I think you're wrong. You just don't stick your head out the window, and I encourage everyone to go and see Fringe Festival and then come to me still if for some reason you think Ottawa is still boring.
That's the thing is that Ottawa is boring except for its art.
Yeah,
But nobody goes to see it. Nobody goes to see it.
yeah.
That's because
But
people don't know about it, which is why we've
No.
got a podcast to talk about it.
So everyone go see Fringe Fest. And Undercurrents too. That's going on rather soon now. So go see Undercurrents. Um, Outside of that, I've been in script writing, as you guys know, working on, wouldn't you know, scripts.
Oh yes.
Um, we're going to eventually pitch these scripts in Toronto to some of the bigwig execs. I'm hoping to pitch primarily, chiefly, my pilot for a Canadian TV series, The Great
Mm.
Canadian Kid, which is about a 17-year-old Magnus Douglas who, much like most Maritimers, went out west to find work. He's from the Cape Breton, and he comes across a barkeep named Ollie McAllister. The two become quick friends, rob a train, and then just go on all sorts of wacky hijinks from there. No, I won't elaborate.
I have read that script. I would watch that show religiously. I'm just saying.
Thank you, thank you. I really need that because it's like, you know how neurotic I get about things that I really like think will work. Um, so with the Great Canadian Kid, like I want it to be perfect, just perfect.
It oh, you know what? You're gonna be like that Homelander meme where it's like it's perfect down to every
That's it.
minute
That's it.
detail.
Outside of that, the only other projects that I really want to comment on at this moment is a one-act play we're working on for writing for live performance because I hope to submit
Ooh.
that for the Fringe Festival.
Oh,
And
Ooh.
allow me, remind me to talk to you about that before this is over because I got some things to ask you all about that. But
Ooh.
outside of that, that has been me, writing and acting.
Don't forget about your amazing performance in Macbeth.
You're too kind.
And the Book
It,
of
That
Will.
was
And the
amazing.
Book of Will.
oh my word,
Yes,
you
yes, yes,
guys are
yes.
so kind. Um, this is old news now from months ago,
I think you
but
were talking about it the last time you were on the Business Partners podcast.
that's right. I was advertising it, and the Book of Will was a tremendous success. The OLT usually, the Ottawa Little Theatre, usually
Mhm.
does Agatha Christie plays because those are the ones that sell. The Book of Will, from being from, I don't want to say obscure, but within the sphere of the OLT, a relatively unknown playwright, was a surprising, shocking success. Um, it was received tremendously well, and from my friends, I've heard, well, not just from my friends, from people I don't even know, I've heard that I played an amazing Isaac Jaggard. For whoever you are in whichever part of the world, if you have a theater that's currently putting on a production for the Book of Will, I implore you, go and see it. It is amazing, especially the opening to Act Two. I struggled not to cry backstage. It is funny, it is moving, it is tear jerking, it is Shakespeare would be proud. And on the subject of Shakespeare, I too was also in Macbeth just right after Book of Will. I played the role of Macduff, and let me tell you, it was super fun to fight Macbeth and cut his head off. We didn't
It was super
actually
fun to
kill.
watch.
I should point out that the artist for the thumbnail of the Business Partners podcast, Kirby, was also in that show.
Yes, they
Yes,
were.
and everybody I've talked to sings the praises of Kirby in that show as the witch. The way that Kirby
Oh my god, they
bends
did
and
amazing.
contorts themselves, everybody they love it. They thought it was
Yeah,
deliciously.
I don't know how the fuck they do that, cause like like having to bend yourself that way and stay that way, like stationary and moving for like a long ass time. Like it's short for the audience, but it feels long when you're actually up there acting or on stage. Like I
Oh
remember
yeah,
watching them do that, and I was like, holy shit, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was spectacular. So I guess that has been my life story for up until recent. Fighting and fretting as always, but I feel like I've talked
Mhm.
for far too long now.
Yeah.
Patrick, why don't you take the floor?
Thank you very much. I've been waiting to talk about this because I talked about it very briefly on the Business Partners podcast, but at the time it wasn't done being made yet, and it hadn't even released. So I'm very comfortable telling you that I was in a short film for Digi60 called Échec et Mat. It was a super fun production to be in, and actually, I'm going to see the director of it today because he's gonna do some headshots for me.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Woo! Why
that
don't
sounds
you tell us
very
a bit more
exciting.
about Ishekimat?
So, Échec et Mat is about a character named John who was a bit of a loner, and it's all about chess, right? So, like, his life is pretty much centered around this hobby of chess, and he's like a master at it. And eventually he just gets so bored with the game, and then this guy named Jean comes along. I know, super funny, John and Jean.
Mm.
um, but he comes along, and Jean is played by Mercy. Um,
We love
Ooh.
Mercy.
yes, great friend of the show. I hope we can have Mercy on sometime.
We need him
Ooh,
as a
yeah.
guest star.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, so we go throughout this film, and because there's a language barrier, hence the name Échec et Mat. Um, like it's a French English language barrier, and we kind of crossed the bridge between cultures, as was the original working title for the project, Bridge Between Cultures. And
Mhm.
yeah, so we became friends by the end of the film, both speaking French and English.
Mhm.
It was a very cute film. I absolutely adored it.
I
I gotta
will
see.
leave a link in the description for it.
Ooh, yay.
So, now that we've all talked about our lives, what's next on the list?
Well,
Yes, Patrick.
what?
What do you have
No pressure.
planned?
Well, Um, I'll al- I'll also cap off by saying this. Um, I'm gonna be doing Hot House with Logan. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
wonderful night. I
When is that?
Logan.
Uh, as far as
Been waiting in bated breath for the time.
yes, as far as my script is concerned, it's on the 8th for the actual performance.
Yes.
Mhm.
Um, I'm gonna actually check Brightspace right now. I'm sure you won't mind if I'm wrong and I end up giving you an earlier time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like being. I'll probably end up being an hour early anyway because I'm the queen of just being really early, as we've learned from my
Was your
college
father also in
career.
the military?
What?
Was your father also in the military?
No, my mother was in the Navy. My father was in artillery when he was a kid. He did cadets and artillery, but my mother was in the Navy.
Okay, because again, such a military kid thing to do. You learn it from your parents. Always
No,
be 2 hours early.
no, that's just an
I'm just
anxiety thing.
obsessed with time. My
No,
parents would
Sam,
would
I'm
would
on the
would
same.
be laissez
Um,
faire.
Yeah, I'm the same as Patrick. It's like I have to be early or else I'm gonna have a panic attack.
7:30. Event begins at 7:30.
Oh man,
Fantastic. I was gonna show
I'll
up
be
for
there at 5.
6 o'clock.
Uh, I mean, playwrights arrive by 6:30. I don't know if that extends to
Mhm.
actors as well.
Well, I mean, I know for rehearsals tomorrow it's show up at 6.
Hmm.
Mm,
I don't know if I'll be a
that
bit
makes
early
sense.
or not.
You know me, I'll probably be like 2 or 3 hours early, just sitting in a room by myself.
Yeah, yep. That's
Memories.
Venus Crystal for you.
Yep, Venus Crystal with bleach blonde hair, showing up early to class wearing stripper heels. What an iconic time it was.
Refer back to Vlog 1 for obscure reference.
Oh my God, yes. I I love those vlogs. I unironically, I have a playlist of all the vlogs, and sometimes when I'm really, really bored, I just sit down and watch them because it's fun to watch. They're
Yeah,
entertaining. They're like one of the few, they're one of the few time capsules of what college was like for us. Like and just like and even when second semester started and I wasn't in them as much because um we got separated with the classes. It was still nice to watch what you and the others were doing because I was like, oh, that's cool. Like those were fun.
being separated into the smart and creative group.
I'm glad to know Kevin still does that.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
asked the students on Thursday night. I was like, so does Kevin separate you based on smart and creative group? And they're like, yes.
I wonder. I wonder how they're doing.
They are
Uh,
genuinely awesome. They are
They are
better than
amazing.
us.
Yeah,
oh my god,
we
that
saw their
actually.
monologue night last Thursday, and there's some
Oh,
serious talent amongst a lot of them.
Yeah,
nice.
I was doing some scouting and I'm thinking, I know one of them, um the one that's Grayson. Grayson.
Yes.
Uh I kind of want him to be in the prequel for Business Partners.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can guarantee you at least one of those kids is getting a phone call from us. Like, no, they are some
Nice.
serious talent. We are not letting them go.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I'm not gonna talk about this too much. God forbid she sees this.
Oh,
Um, so you guys know about the person that I talk about that I work with.
yep.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. But they know someone in that group.
Is that right? Who is it?
I don't know their name. I only kind of know what they look like from photos that I've been shown. Um, but they do know someone, but I'm not gonna say too much because as we know, in college we learn you don't spread drama, you don't spread rumors, you don't say nothing if it's not your place. And there's a lot of stuff that that this person that I work with has said that I would not want to repeat for the sake of the person in the class's feelings.
You keep
I
drama on
don't
the
know.
stage.
Yeah, but, but someone I know knows someone in that program.
Okay.
Like to talk about how crap the program is, but that's neither here nor there. I don't really like to listen to people that are like, "Yeah, Algonquin is stupid." It's like, no, it's not.
It's not.
Yes, some of their programs fall short, but Algonquin.
Sorry.
I thought you were coughing to like make fun of Algonquin. No, you're
No,
actually just coughing.
just dying.
But yeah. Not to be like, "Ooh, my college was great because I had a good experience," but like, it's not like Algonquin's not a bad place. Like, if not
Algonquin
for
is a very reputable college. Like,
yes, it
international
is.
students come from across the globe just to learn here.
Yeah, no, it's Algonquin is a very good school for what it is. Like having to compete with Carleton and Ottawa U, it stands its ground very well.
Well,
And I'm not just saying that because I'm an alum.
I mean, when you think about it, people don't really come from across Canada to go to the universities here in Ottawa, but
No,
That is true.
they come from across Canada to go to Algonquin.
that's
Yeah.
exactly right. And let me tell you,
Yeah.
right, across the board, I'm gonna be real with everyone, right? Algonquin just has the better campus, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
Algonquin definitely has the best campus in Ottawa.
Yeah. It's far out in the middle of fucking sorry, I shouldn't swear. It's far out in the middle of Nepean,
Okay,
but
but that's central in this modern city.
yeah, yeah. What's even funnier is when I was working out in Bell's Corners, I'd have to go past Algonquin every day, and I'm like, oh, I miss you so much, cause I had to take the 88 to where I worked. But no, and the nice thing about Algonquin is that like even when you weren't like in class, um, or commuting to class, there was a lot of stuff to do. Like if you were stuck at school for like an hour and you needed shit to do, there was shit to do, which I quite enjoyed.
There's always something to do at Algonquin.
Yeah. I think one of the nicest things was the last day of class when me, Patrick, Wind, and who else was it? Dylan? Patrick? The
Is this
bowling?
the bowling night? Yeah, so it was
Yeah, the
Mercy.
bowling night. Glen
Weren't you,
Mercy.
Logan? Weren't you there for just like even a little, tiny bit?
Yeah,
I might have been. What is this referring to?
It was a
the
bowling
last
night.
day when we did bowling, the last day of class, like forever.
I might have been there, yeah.
Yeah, cause that was fun. Cause I had never got to use the bowling alley up until that moment.
That's the only time I ever used it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was fun. That except that was also the time that my stomach was fucked up.
Oh, pfft.
You
Oh,
remember that, Patrick?
did you leave early because of that?
No, I was in a lot of pain because the stress had fucked up my digestive system. I actually
Hmm.
had to go to the doctor.
Hmm.
It was so bad. What was your guys' take on our time in college? I'm interested to hear your guys' perspective.
Um, well, I'm still going there, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'll let you
mean
two
from
speak first.
I mean from the performing arts like class.
Um, on the whole, I would say it was a valuable experience. In every regard, it definitely taught us the. I don't want to say the basics because that's underselling it, but it definitely taught us a lot about acting of all
Mhm.
varieties. A lot of people who go into acting in post secondary generally only do theater acting because that's just really the only thing available. So to have
Mhm.
a general performing arts unit that teaches every aspect of it from theater to film
Mhm.
to digital media, all that, it was in singing, dancing, all that, I thought it was extremely valuable. It's very much a course of you get what you put into it.
Mhm.
Because I'm sure you knew there were a lot of malcontents who just didn't really care for the
Mhm.
class.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. I
And
mean, it
there,
went from 44 to 18 graduates.
yeah, which I should say, with all due respect to everyone, right?
Mhm.
Very much, as I've said before, it's you get out what you put in because how do you fail? How do you fail? You just show up, you do the thing. You don't even need to be good, right? Just
You
how do
show
you
up,
fail?
you say, "Hey, how's it going? What did you watch this week?"
Like that's
Oh,
that's it.
goodness.
And so if you can't even do that, my word. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The professors, for the most part, are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Personal thank you to folks such as Terry Loretto, Chris
Oh
Ralph,
yes,
Kevin Burton, um,
yes, yes.
Danielle, um,
Daniela Lard, by the way, the
yeah,
streamer.
Yeah.
Sean
Ah,
Tucker,
yeah.
Sean Tucker, couldn't forget him. Cardi,
Yeah.
uh,
Yep.
yeah, and I hope there's no one else I'm forgetting.
I think that's everyone.
Oh, and Aaron.
Oh yes,
Well, there was
yes,
also
Aaron.
Aisha and
Aaron.
Oh, and Jackie. Thanks to
yes, thank
Jackie.
you, thank you.
Mhm.
I had her name on the
Thank
tip of my tongue, and it was like, the South African one.
Yeah,
you.
who's
My mother used
teaching
to work with her.
singing full time now.
Mm.
With the performing arts kids. But yes, no, very very valuable teachers who have a host of experiences
Yeah.
to work from and to teach us from and to mentor us from and all that. And on top of that too, working with other actors I find was also a valuable
Mhm.
experience away from just the tutoring of professors because
Absolutely.
Terry taught us a very valuable lesson beginning of the year. We're going to work with a lot of people we don't like,
Yep.
and no more was that true in performing arts. And so it
Oh my
really
god, yeah.
helps teach you the get tough or die of it if you may.
That is
The
Yeah.
assuming you at
system.
least got to work with them. I will just say.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my god, yeah. I mean, to be fair, that piece of advice, I think, has saved my ass. In the most literal sense, because again, you guys have heard my stories from background,
Yeah.
and I tell them to you guys only because it's my job. I can't be spreading this stuff unless it's to trusted people that I know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But that line of you're gonna have to work with people you don't like, and you have to be nice, or your life is on the line, your career is on the line. Like, it makes it a lot easier for me to deal with people's like comeuppance, and I'm sure like I have my own comeuppance at times, but I do have my work etiquette that I do value. But
Hmm.
that has saved my ass. Like,
Yeah.
with having to deal with people on set in holding and stuff like that, because yeah, she's right in every sense of the word. You're gonna meet people that you're gonna butt heads with, but you have to work with them because you might be in the same age bracket, you might be in the same looks department, and you need to just you're gonna be associated with each other because you look similar ish, not in like like person, but in like age, hair, looks, face, whatever. But yeah, that saved my ass. So anyway, Patrick, why don't you talk about what performing arts did for you?
I will because I feel wonderful about this. And here's the thing, right? Is that I think you both know this because I think I've both told you both this before. Is that I went into the program not wanting to make any friends. I just wanted to go in
Singing.
and learn. That was it.
Yep.
Hmm.
And over time, I got some really good friends. Um,
Mhm.
Two here, very prominent. Um,
Oh.
Oh, you.
well, I mean, you guys are the guys I continue to talk to all the time,
Yeah.
and it's
Surprises me, honestly. So
well, I mean, I talk to you because you went in with the same mindset.
yeah. Yeah.
Same did
You
Dylan,
and I
eh?
were twin flames.
Yeah, Dylan
What?
actually had the same mindset as well.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so amazing to me that all of the people who didn't want to go in and make friends made friends with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was yeah, that was it was a very cathartic experience. I don't know if that's the right word. Anyway, Patrick,
Maybe.
continue.
Yeah. The most valuable thing I'd say I got out of it is that it showed me exactly where I am strong in and where I'm not so strong in, and what direction I really wanted to head
Hmm.
Hmm.
in. Logan, as you know, I like script writing. I just couldn't
Oh
afford to
yeah.
go. So I've been writing scripts, having fun with that. Um, Speaking of writing scripts, you two, I need to talk to you two about script writing. um, yeah, I really want to be a writer director.
Yeah,
You
nice.
know, acting is great. I'll likely not do theater just because I can't memorize everything for one night.
Mm. You did pretty good with your monologue though at the end of the year.
Well,
Yeah.
I had the advantage of already having that memorized from earlier in the year.
True.
I also will say you will forever be remembered for your iconic line. Oh my God, I'm
I'm
not a
not a
lesbian.
lesbian. Yeah.
That was that that night was fun.
I'm actually
Those
I'm actually at the same hair length now as I was in that show.
nice.
And like I
I'm
could
not
just
of the
put the
same hair
sweater on and
color.
do it.
God.
So
Yeah,
that
that
was
was.
fun.
I also just remember the pessimistic little bleach blonde little bitch that I was, and
Yeah.
I'd love sometimes I'd love to go back in time just to be like, you stupid bitch.
Just
Like
slap her.
I was a grumpy bastard.
Yeah, and you were very talented regardless of how you felt.
Yeah. I was just mad. In all honesty, I was just very angry going into the program. It was mainly just because I just graduated high school. Um my only friend that I had moved back to Montreal, which I'm not gonna fault her for. That's where she's from. That's where her father and her sister are. So it was she was gonna do that no matter what. But I was just mad about it, and I went into that program with my blonde blue anime hair and my really crappy outlook on life. And I sat down in the classroom in the corner, in all black, just not wanting to be noticed or associated or talked to because I thought, what's the point? And it's funny because at the end of it all, um, at the very last day when we all did our final kind of rehearsal performances for that big performance we did at the end, Chris Ralph comes up to me and he says to me, "So do you remember back on your first day of class when you said, I'm only here because I couldn't go anywhere else?" And I was like, "Yes, I remember," very sheepishly because
Oh.
and he goes, "Do you still feel that way now?" And I was like, "No, not at all." And I think I've never one to I know I talk a lot, but I've never been one to sing my own praises because I don't want to be a conceited asshole, but I think college for me was probably the biggest moment of growth in my life so far cuz it was helpful. And I think a lot of that for me personally it goes to Terry
Oh, we love
because
Terry.
well,
Hmm.
Terry, the thing with me and Terry is I'm sure you guys know Terry used to teach me in middle school.
Right.
Yeah, she directed our middle school plays. So
Oh.
she
Interesting.
knew me when I was like 12, 13.
See,
And
I never knew her, but I heard her name.
mhm.
Um, like when I went into the program, I was like, Terry Loretto, where have I heard that name before?
She used to work with, was it the CBC?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that's where I knew her from is because if
Mhm.
I'm fairly certain if I were to go back through my school assignments, there are going to be multiple articles that are like
Mhm.
specific to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I owe a lot of my acting career to her because she's the one who, like, she's the one who recommended I go to Algonquin. She's the one that recommended I sign up for Smythe Casting. Like, I'm I'm achieving my dreams because of her, and I will always be thankful for her for helping me become not just a better actor, but a better person.
Wonderful human being.
Yeah.
Absolutely adore Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what have you been watching?
And also Chris too. Me and my homies
Yes.
love Chris.
Oh yes, Chris is amazing. Amazing at teaching accents.
Oh yes.
I don't.
Yeah.
We never got into that. That was one thing that
No,
never came up in our class.
I only
No.
know that because I took his classes on accents.
Where was
So,
that?
back way back. Well, I guess not way back, but in the Glebe there used to be this place called the Acting Company that I used to go to because like they did summer camps and they did like classes and stuff. And when during the pandemic, Chris was doing online classes on how to do accents, monologue reading, stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
because I was bored as bricks, and stuck at home, my mom was like, "Hey, you want to do accent classes with Chris Ralph?" Because I'd done stuff with him before, and I was like, "Sure, why not?" So
Could be
that's
fun.
why I could.
It'll be fun.
I kind of knew everybody going into college.
Huh.
I knew Jackie, I knew Terry, I knew Chris, and weirdly enough, my guitar teacher is friends with Sean.
That's so odd, but okay.
Well, because they both do acting. Because my guitar
Oh,
teacher is also with Smythe.
Well, that's
right.
cool.
Yeah.
So you're gonna teach me how to play guitar?
I mean, if you want to specifically only learn Last Christmas and Can't Help Falling in Love with You by Elvis.
Hey, those are two bangers of a song, man.
Yeah. Last Christmas is lit. I listen to that one even when it's not Christmas because
I
it's
thought,
relatable.
are weren't you going to do a video of Last Christmas?
I did. I just didn't post it. Because do you want to know what that was about?
What was it about?
So, I kind of did this thing um where for the entire year of 2023, I kind of accidentally stumbled into doing it. Um, I did a recording of myself every month. So like every month I'd have a video of me kind of like it's like a video diary kind of just me talking
Right?
about what's going on in my life. And it started in January when I had COVID and I just filmed myself being like, "Oh, hi guys, I have COVID," and like coughing and hacking. And then I did one in February when I got my gum graft, and then I did one in March, and then I did one in April, May, June. And then at the end, um it was me sitting in front of my Christmas tree talking about what I learned that year, how I felt about the year. And then at the end, I did kind of a um like a slide like not a slideshow like a video slideshow of just pictures of me just going through the year kind of like a timeline of sorts to last Christmas.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, yeah, it was just this little kind of video I was doing for the entire year. It's actually quite decent. I have it on my laptop and I watch it from time to time, but yeah, that's what I was doing. That was the last Christmas thing that I was doing.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to cut you guys off, but
Mhm.
we are coming down to the last 30 seconds of the show.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh
So,
no.
with all that being said, it has
Mhm.
been a wonderful time talking to you guys, and
Mhm.
I hope we can continue to do this every 2 weeks.
Mhm.
It'll come out on Wednesdays at 10 a.m.
Yay.
on the Truly Imagination Entertainment channel. So thank you guys all so much for listening / watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Subscribe.
Please subscribe.
And watch Food with Fee.
Yeah, that too.
On Mondays at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. Fuck. Nope, 12 p.m. Fuck, I don't
Which one is it?
Mondays at 12 p.m. every second Monday of the month.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.